their offensive muscle as Hastings quarterback Jarrett Sinek threw for 3 scores, 2 of them to Charlie Shoemaker. At halftime, it was Hastings 35-0. The second half saw Gering kick off to Hastings, and 87 yards later, the Tigers led 42-0 as Braden Cavalage took it the distance, and Hastings added a 33-yard field goal later in the third quarter to make it 45-0, which was the final score. This week's Class B rating saw Hastings vault to the number 1 slot. Prior to last week, Chadron was 2-0 with wins over Chase County in Week 1, and in Week 2, Chadron traveled to Gordon Rushville and defeated the Mustangs 36-21. They were scheduled to play Valentine last Friday night, but unfortunately COVID got to Valentine and that game was canceled. Well, Adam Ostick joins me again tonight. Unfortunately, the virus has made its presence known in the Gering football program, and as a result, the Bulldogs will be playing shorthanded against a Chadron team that's always one of the best coached teams in the area.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Jeff. I think when we were talking about it earlier, you best described it as nature of the beast. And this 2020 football season definitely is going to present some challenges, and it's really going to be interesting to see how Gering adapts to this really adverse situation. I mean, it's 11 people on the field at one time, and with 20 kids on the roster, there's going to be some unique challenges, some new people playing some new spots, but I have all the faith in the world in Coach Danny O'Boyle. He's a good coach, and boy, Chadron, looking out the window now, well coached. It runs like clockwork out there, and it's definitely going to be a challenge for Gering tonight.
As we look down on the field, only 21 players for Gering. The good news is a lot of those 21 players that are on the active roster tonight are players that are seniors and juniors that have seen previous action, kids like Brady Radzimski and Jacob Oswicius and Eli Thompson, and a lot of the offensive line, or I should say all of the offensive line, is intact. The tight end, Sam Rushlow, and then on the defensive side, of course, a lot of these kids go two ways, so most of these kids have seen action in the game. We're not seeing anybody that's going to get thrown to into the fire tonight for Gering.
Absolutely. If there is a silver lining here, a lot of those juniors and seniors weren't in that JV game, so they will be here and play their roles. Some of those special teams in a school the size of Gering, a lot of times there's some younger guys out there on special teams, so that'll be interesting. I mean, I think a lot of these guys are going to play every snap, so it's time to buckle up, and the challenges that 2020 brings will only make these kids stronger. And I look forward to a good football game. It's a beautiful night, little hazy in the air, but I'm still very fortunate to be here, and how great is it that we can play football.
Yes, exactly. That's very well put. One apology I do need to make is to the family of Mason Goodrow. Last week he came on to punt, did a great job for Gering. Unfortunately, he is one of the kids that is not here tonight, but I did identify Mason Goodrow as Jared Beeman last week, so an apology goes out to Mason Goodrow and his family.
And he did a great job, came in a hard environment and kicked the ball really well, something Gering really needed in that game.
And looking out on the pregame, both Turner Ray and also Lance Isaacs, who punted last week, they had a little bit of difficulties. They were out there on the pregame, did a great job. They were really getting their foot into the ball. Of course, that was just against air, but hopefully that'll translate over into the game tonight. All right, so Gering returns home to take on Class C1 Chadron, and after the break, more pregame, including interviews with both head coaches and the starting lineups. That's next, as the pregame show, sponsored by High Plains Spas and Recreation, continues after this on 93.3 KMOR, KMORFM.com, and KMEB.TV.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
With you again, talk a little football, and B, last week had to be tough. You guys are off to a 2-0 start. You're sitting here on game day, getting set to take on Valentine. The call comes in, COVID strikes, and you get no football game. How brutal was it for you and the kids?
That was a bad one. You know, I think if we could have found out earlier, even in the week or even in the day, but it was noon before we found out. I pulled the kids in after school at 3:15, and we, just had a discussion about how things are and how it's going to be that way. Week to week, I believe, and it very well could be our team having to cancel it on someone at some point.
Yeah, so I guess it's a little bit of a reminder as to, hey, we got to do our best, regardless of what anybody thinks of this stuff. We got to do our best. We got to follow the rules. We got to follow the protocols, because you don't want it to be you guys that's on the hook for something like that here down the pike a little bit.
Our team, and in fact, our school is doing very well with the mask because they've come to understand for them to stay in school and for them to have any activities this fall, not just football, but any single activity, you got to try to stop the spread a little bit because we're not making the rules up, the virus is.
So what'd you do for your Friday night? That had to be a weird feeling.
It was very weird. This is my 33rd year. That was only the second game that I've not been part of, one, and the other one was when I was in the hospital. So I went home after school, and we live out in the country, and I fixed fence until dark just to stay busy. So, yeah, I was productive, I guess.
And it's hard to really put blame or fault anybody. I mean, it's just wild times we got, and, I mean, you might think you're doing everything you possibly can, and the next thing you know, you get hit with it.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what I told the team. I said, the boy from Valentine that's positive, and then the teammates that are quarantined, none of them want to be there. They'd rather be here playing football. On that bus, visiting, doing those types of things. So no, there's no need to play the blame game because it could be our team, either this week or in the weeks to come.
Opening week, 26-0 at home against Chase County, 36-21 win up at Gordon Rushville. So 2-0 start, that's great. What type of team did you think you'd have coming into the season, Coach?
Well, we knew we have 3 new starters that are not from our school. They all transferred in this past summer, so it's taken them a while to get used to just the terminology and so forth. But obviously they're good players, or they wouldn't be starting. So it's been a little bit of a slow start. We kind of started slow against Gordon in that first half, but week to week we feel like we've improved quite a bit.
I saw some numbers just looking online, and some of the stuff from week 1 looks like kind of maybe spread the wealth a little bit in the backfield. Where's the strength of your team lie?
Seems to be our run game right now, so and I'm fine with that, and hopefully, we can continue to run the ball. This might be one of the better offensive line we've had here since I've been here. So, we want to maintain that ground game as much as we can.
What does losing a football game like that do as far as just continuity and continue to build from one week to the next?
I think it just gets you out of your routine, but fortunately, with these high school kids, their attention span isn't that long, and so when they came back in on Monday, they were just ready to go get prepared for Gering.
You know Danny O'Boyle well. I know you guys got a great relationship over the years. So, what have the conversations been like with him? Have you talked to him since he got the job, or just an overall feeling about Danny trying to take things over at Gering and get his alma mater back on track?
Yeah, we do speak. I saw him this summer when I was down in Scottsbluff at the All-Star game in person. We've had a nice visit. He coached with us here. He was on ref crews, varsity ref crews that I'm part of. He and Pat both. So yeah, get along very well. In fact, Monday morning, I texted him and I threw out his name of all of his uncles. And I said, is this going to be the ref crew that's down there? And he laughed, and Pat was part of the group text, and Pat laughed and said, you guys forgot Uncle Kevin. He said, he's going to be the white hat. So it's just it's good that you can have those type of relationships.
What are you seeing from the Bulldogs on film and what they're trying to do?
I think they're doing kind of what we're trying to do. I think they're trying to establish a solid run game, and they seem to have done that. And when you watch the film against them, like they were inside the 20, I think, against Northwest. Could have been Torrington. Had two bubbled snaps right in back-to-back. They're inside. I think they're first and down and first and 10 on the 11-yard line, had back-to-back penalties, and all of a sudden it's first and 31. It's just little things like that they'll clean up week to week, and I look for them to be much improved by the time they play us.
So coming off an unexpected week off, what's a key or two you're looking at for your team tonight to play good football, Coach?
I think ball control, because if they establish their run game like that they've tried to do, and we don't have the football in our hands, it's hard to score points.
There you have it. Mike Letcher, friend of the program here on the Rural Radio Network, ahead of kickoff against Gering tonight. Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight, and for sure the rest of the way.
Nice talking to you.
We'll come back with more. Get it back to Jeff right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Life.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Lee's Heads.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
And back here on the pregame show with Gering head coach Danny O'Boyle. Not the outcome you want, but there was a couple of bright spots. One, had a little trouble with the punting game when you get a freshman punter that comes in and is kind of able to flip the field a couple times.
Yeah, we've struggled all year, it seems like, with our punting unit. We've not been able to flip the field, and that kills our defense. And it makes our job a little bit more difficult on offense, too, because then we can't count on that punt game to flip the field. So it kind of changes our mentality offensively of what we think we have to do versus what we actually need to do. But Mason Goodrow did a heck of a job coming in for us Friday night. Freshman punter, there were a couple times looking back on film where he was kind of rushed a little bit, but he stayed calm and he did his job. And, he's earned that spot, so he's going to keep going with us.
towards the end of the first half, Hastings got the ball back, started to take some timeouts, tried to maybe put some points on the board before they went in the locker room. Your defense really stepped up at that point. What did you see at that towards the end of the first half?
Yeah, like you said, our defense did a good job. It seemed like more often than not, we were in position to make plays, and we just didn't make them. Spare the handful of times that our DBs were letting guys behind them. Most of the time, we were right where we needed to be, and then just didn't execute what we needed to, whether we were having our eyes in the wrong spot or we're keying the wrong person. But to get that stop at the end of half, that was big for us. Especially with the way that Hastings had been moving the ball on us all half. It was good for our guys to get that stop.
Does it seem like through the 3 games so far this season, you're kind of taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back? You seem to run into some of the same type of things cropped up Friday night: center quarterback exchange, special teams breakdowns.
Yeah, absolutely. We told our varsity guys yesterday during film, we said, here we are, week 3, going into week 4 now, and we're still coaching the same things. We're still addressing the same mistakes week in and week out. We stress the little things every day in practice, and we work on little things every day in practice, and we have to have a greater sense of buy-in, and until we do that, then we'll continue to struggle. But if we can buy in and fix the mistakes and become coachable, then that's when we'll really take off. But yeah, I thought we really did take a step backwards this past week at Hastings, and they're a good football team, but we didn't play very well, and we just I felt like we kind of laid down.
And I was just going to bring that up. You talked about that after the first game. You talked about it after the Hastings game. How do you get to that point where you're competing?
I think it just comes from our practice environment. We're going to incorporate a lot more competition type things in practice to try to amp up the atmosphere a little bit. But it just comes down to wanting to do well, and if we do the things that we're coached to do, we're looking at the film, we're in the right spots. We're just not executing very well. But, it's just a different mindset, and so we're going to try some different things and switch up practice a little bit to try and create a better atmosphere for our guys, because we've got to be able to put 4 quarters together, and it's going to take 1 quarter at a time. So that's really our emphasis going forward.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this first third of the schedule?
Between our lack of execution, strength of schedule, I'd like to say it's a 10, but I think that's a little bit of a stretch. We came out and we were flat against Torrington, and they kind of took it to us early on. We came out week 2, played a good first half against Grand Island Northwest, and in the long run, they were just a better football team than us. And then Hastings obviously is one of the top teams in Class B. It's definitely up there. I don't really know if I could put an exact number on it, but it was tough for our guys, and I think that's good for us to see that early on versus playing an easier schedule early on and then getting a false sense of confidence and then going into the middle of the season and having things tank. We still have plenty of time to right the ship. We haven't gotten into our district play yet, so we still have everything in front of us as far as what we need to accomplish this season.
More with Jeff and Coach Boyle right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Plant seeds of safety around irrigation equipment. Here are some potential hazards. Avoid moving irrigation equipment on windy days. Never try to remove an irrigation pipe that is contacting a power line. Keep spray from irrigation systems away from power lines. Make sure wiring is always grounded properly. Stay away from irrigation systems during lightning activity. We should always promote safety in all fields of endeavor. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Back in our Platte Valley Company's pregame show, wrapping things up right now with Jeff Kelly and Gering coach Danny O'Boyle.
Chadron was all set to play Valentine last Friday. That game gets canceled. As a coach, do you look at that as an advantage for them or a disadvantage for them?
I see both aspects of it. In a sense, they got some extra time to watch some film together on us. But at the same time, not getting those game reps in this early in the year, especially where we had a shortened summer with what we could and couldn't do, I think that definitely plays into it. But then again, you got an extra week for your guys to rest and recover, so they'll be fresh. I don't know. I see both aspects of it, but I'm definitely glad that we haven't run into that situation yet.
That basically was my next question. Say that happens, how, psychologically, what does that do to the coaches, the players?
I don't really know. I think it's just kind of, if we do run into that situation, I think it's going to depend on, say it happens to somebody on our team. It's going to depend on who gets quarantined, who's out. But gearing up for a game all week and then getting to Friday and then not getting to play, I think, your players can either go one of two ways. They can kind of be down about it and kind of feel a little bit of woe is me that they're not getting to play and it's not fair, or they could take it with a grain of salt. Gives them that extra day to watch film, gives them extra time to recover, and then I think it kind of creates a little bit more sense of urgency to play the following week. But I don't know. It's tough. I hope we don't run into that situation.
Me too. Hey, the Chadron, looking at them on film, kind of seeing the same things we've seen from the last two opponents. They'll go spread you out, go four wide. What do you see?
They definitely try to get their athletes the ball in space. Xander Provance is a very fast kid, and it seems like they try to get into the edge quite a bit and isolate him in the passing game. They've got the Dunbar kid. He's a very good athlete. They got a lot of good kids, and they're going to play hard. But they'll try to spread you out. They'll come back and they'll try to run ISO on you. So they run a little bit of everything. They kind of remind us of what we do offensively. But they got a lot of different options that they can go to, and they try to get it to a lot of different guys.
And then on the defensive side, what do you see?
On the defensive side, they play hard and they rally to the football quite a bit. From what we think they're going to align to us in, we think there's some things that we could take advantage of. Just basically comes down to a numbers game. So we'll continue to try to do what we do, line up in our regular sets and run the football. Okay, we're going to spread it out a little bit in the passing game, but if we can establish our run game early on, that's going to be big for us.
All right, well, let's get to the key to the game, and the key to the game is brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty on every new vehicle from Team Auto. Key for this evening's game.
I think the key to this game is going to be our offensive line play. If we can get a push up front and we can move the line of scrimmage, that'll allow us to do a lot more offensively than we've been able to do the past couple of weeks. So if we can do that, I think we'll be okay. And then defensively, I think we've got to keep guys in front of us. Past 2 weeks, we've let multiple guys get behind us and get beat on deep balls. So we've got to keep guys in front of us, and we've got to rally to the football on defense.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back with more as the pregame show continues on 93.3 KMOR.
When you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Allo Communications has an exciting update on our Allo for Education program. This season alone, we have donated another $125,000 to local schools across our fiberhoods. That's over $325,000 since we started. We are committed to our communities, our schools, closing the digital divide, and building a brighter future for our students. Make the switch to Allo today and we'll donate $50 to the participating school of your choice. Allo for Education ends on September 30th, so hurry and visit us at allofiber.com/education.
And welcome back to the pregame show as Chadron gets ready to take on Gering. As Chadron won the toss, they elected to receive, and Gering will be kicking off to get this one underway. And so let's go with the Gering defense first here tonight. The defensive end is Trey Zwickel, a senior. The defensive tackle, Andrew Mount, 5'9", and a senior. Isaiah Blanco, the other defensive tackle, and Sam Rushello, the other defensive end. Your linebackers, Tyler Garrett, Jacob Oswicius, Eli Thompson, and Nate Rushello. And in the secondary for Gering, it'll be Lance Isaacs, Carmelo Timblin, and Brady Radzimski. And let's take our final break, and we'll come back with the kickoff as you're listening to high school football on 93.3 KMOR.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
And welcome back to Gering as we get set for the kickoff. And our kickoff is brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scotts Bluff. It's love at 425 degrees. And don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal. Lance Isaacs will kick things off for the Gering Bulldogs. And deep for Chadron are Dunbar along with Seth Gaswick for Chadron. As Isaacs kick, a little pooch kick. This will be taken by Dunbar at the 15, across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, far sideline, midfield, and he'll be pushed out of bounds as he gets it into Gering territory to start it off, 1st and 10.
Boy, another special teams woe for Gering here. Luckily, he didn't go to the house, but a big hole for him to run through. It's always interesting when you have the starting quarterback on the kickoff team out there, so we'll see if fatigue plays a part in this game, and, hey, let's play some football.
And so the ball will be set down at the Gering 46-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Chadron. As Alcorn is the quarterback, Provence goes in motion. Now resets. They'll fire it into the flat to him. Around the left side, 45, 40, and he's brought down just as he gets across the Gering 40-yard line as Nate Rushelo, the first man there to bring him down.
That's an interesting play there. That's a backwards pass out of the backfield there. Later on in the night, you might see him step back and try to throw that.
And a set pickup of 7 yards, 2nd down and 3 for Chadron. Justice Alcorn is the quarterback. In the backfield alongside him is Sawyer Haig. 3 wide receivers split out to the left. Chadron left to right here to start this one off. Shotgun snap. Alcorn gets it. He'll turn. Hand it off to Haig. Haig 35, 30, and he's tripped up as he gets it down to the 29-yard line of Gering as Isaiah Blanco, the first man to hit him there, and enough for first down yardage for Chadron. They're in the white jerseys tonight, red letters and numbers trimmed in black, and black pants. And for Gering, in the home blue jerseys, white pants, and white letters and numbers trimmed in gold. Talon Craig splits out wide to the right side, trips left as Haig, the lone back behind Justin Alcorn. Shotgun snap, fires it, pass complete to Dunbar. Dunbar makes a move at the 15, making moves, and he'll be brought down just short of the goal line, and a nice run by Dawson Dunbar, who's also the backup quarterback, and he takes it down close. We're going to put it down at the 1 yard line, and a 1st and goal to go for Chadron here with 10 minutes, 11 seconds left here in the first quarter. As Alcorn will go under center. Awaits the snap. Gets it. He'll turn, give it off to Provence, and Provence, no signal yet, and now touchdown Chadron.
You know, that Chadron really spread the ball out that time, really put the Gering in some space. Gering needs to make a couple of adjustments. Looks like they're in their base 4-3 defense that whole drive. We'll see if they want to switch anything up or maybe roll a safety up to just a little tighter coverage there.
A 3-play, 46-yard drive for Chadron as the run back by Gaswick got it into Gering territory, and Chadron will go for 2. They'll toss it to Provence over the left side, and he'll be brought down short. And the 2-point conversion is no good. 9:48 left first quarter. 6-0 Chadron on the West Coast scoreboard.
With magnificent views and a majestic rolling landscape, Scenic Knolls Golf Course welcomes you. Located 2 miles north of Mitchell, make your way to the top course in the valley. Recent renovations and the highest quality greens in western Nebraska provide a fantastic golf experience at a terrific value. Scenic Knolls provides exciting golf for all skill levels and is where PGA Tour pro Nate Lashley got his start. After your round or anytime you're hungry, stop into Ayala's restaurant for good food and drinks. Call today and book your tee time or go online at mitchellcity.net/recreation.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Chadron gets on the board first on a 1-yard run by Xander Provence. And Chadron ready to kick it off. Vaughn will do the honors. And a kick that'll come down to Tyler Garrett. Garrett across the 30, and good field position as Garrett gets it across the 35-yard line to the 37, and good starting field position for Gering.
Yeah, about the best starting field position we've seen in a couple weeks for him. Let's see how Gering responds to Chadron marching the ball right down the field, and see if they can get some of those playmakers involved early here.
Brady Radzimski, the starting quarterback, 5'7", and a senior. In the backfield, we'll see Eli Thompson, 5'10", and a junior, and Jacob Oswicious, 5'8", and a junior. Turner Ray will split out wide to the right side alongside Garrett. Radzimski under center with the I formation behind him. The turn, the give to Eli Thompson. Thompson puts his head down and he picks up yardage across the 45, down close to first down yardage. Ball will be set down at the 47-yard line.
Gosh, he's been doing that all year, hasn't he? Good, tough runner right between the tackles. I think that's what Gering really wants to do tonight, control that clock.
Comes up just a yard short, 2nd down and 1. Wide receiver split to each side for Gering as they move from right to left here in this first quarter. Radzimski awaits the snap, gets it. Thompson will struggle for yardage, get maybe a couple of yards as he gets it to the 49-yard line as Kobe Bila from his linebacker position brings down Thompson, but the gain to the 49 and a Gering first down.
Chadron's come out and ran a 3-4 defense here. That means those O-linemen need to be active and get downfield, get their run fits quickly. So far it's worked well for them, and as this game progresses, that's really going to be a big key in this.
Carmelo Timlin along with Tyler Garrett split out wide to the left side. One wide receiver right. Now Garrett in motion to the left side. Thompson will get the ball and he'll be knocked back as he gets it right to the midfield stripe. Aiden Vaughn from his linebacker position knocks him back, but they'll give him forward progress, set the ball down at the midfield stripe, and Gering with a 2nd down and 9.
Boy, it's great to see Gering kind of at midfield here early in this game. They've been pinned back so much this year. It gives you an opportunity to open this offense up a little bit.
On a set 3rd down and 9, double wide to each side. Out of the gun for Radzimski. Shotgun snap, the handoff Thompson. He won't get anywhere as he's wrapped up in the backfield. Tegan Scoggins, the first man to hit him there.
It looks like that can be a somewhat of an option play. You wonder if Radzimski might pull that a little later in the game, and it looks like there was some open yardage here on the left side.
Call it a loss of 2, 3rd down and 11. 7:28 left in a fast-moving first quarter. 6-0. Chadron leads it early as they took the opening kickoff and went 3 plays and 46 yards for the score. Radzimski out of the gun. 2 wide receivers split to each side. The give to Thompson on the left side. He'll get into Chadron territory to about the 48-yard line before Vaughn and Xander Provance combine on the tackle.
You got to wonder if they're in 4-down territory here. Just past midfield, have had some punting wells. Might be a good time to go for it and see if you can't get a spark early.
4th down and 6 for Gering.
They're going, I think it looks like.
Brady Radzimski brings the play in from the sideline. We've seen Gering on some situations on a 4th and 1, 4th and 2. They've had some success. We'll see what they do here on a 4th down and 6. Trips to the left side. Hunter Hayden into the lineup for Gering. Shotgun snap back to Radzimski. Drops the throw. Looking right now, getting pressure. Radzimski trying to break tackles, and he won't get the first down. As a whole host of Chadron Cardinals, Aiden Vaughn back there along with Kobe Bila and Daniel Wellnitz. And Gering will turn it over on downs to Chadron as they try to go for it on a 4th down and 6. And you wonder, having only 21 players on the roster tonight, played into that decision early.
I would sure think so. A lot of those special teams, those are some young guys on those squads. So that may affect some of this decision making going forward for Coach O'Boyle.
1st and 10, Chadron, good field position at the Gering 49-yard line as they move from left to right. Alcorn under center. A bunch wide receivers to the left. They'll toss it to Provance over the left side. Breaks one tackle, and a nice job by the Gering defense to string that one out. Turner Ray there along with Isaiah Blanco, but Provance broke a tackle in the backfield and give him maybe a short gain on the play.
Great pursuit there by the Bulldog defense, really stretching that play out, and even though that first player missed, gave his team, his friends, time to get there and make the tackle.
They're going to give him no gain. 2nd down and 10 as Gaswick and Provance split to the right, one wide receiver left. Pistol formation for Chadron. As Alcorn gets the snap, he'll give it off to Dunbar. We've got a flag down. And coming into the backfield, tripping up Dunbar was Turner Ray, but not before a flag came out.
Dead ball play, most likely an illegal formation here. Excuse me, not a dead ball. Yep.
Illegal procedure, the call on Chadron, and that'll be declined by the Gering Bulldogs, so we will keep it right at the 49-yard line. Chadron looking at a 3rd down and 10. 5:24 left first quarter. 6-0 Chadron.
Great drive so far by the Bulldogs. See if they can get a stop here and get that offense another shot.
Chadron quarterback Justin Alcorn, 6'4", 190 pounds, and just a junior. And that Alcorn name familiar to a lot of people in the Chadron area. Wide receiver right on a 3rd down and 10 for Chadron. Shotgun snap. Alcorn getting pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Nice rush by the Gering defense to get in there. Jacob Oswisha, Sam Rushelo, the first two to bring him down, and the loss all the way back to the Chadron 40-yard line, and Chadron is going to be forced to punt, as the punting will be done by Cody Hall. Deep for Gering is Tyler Garrett. Snap back, low snap. Line drive punt. Garrett will take it at the 25, cross the 30, cutting to the 35, and he'll be stacked up and brought down short of the 35-yard line. Sean Shermer in there to bring him down. But once again, Gering with good field position as they will set it down with 4:14 left in the first quarter. The ball set down at the Gering 34-yard line.
Great drive by the defense there last possession. Let's see if this Gering offense makes a few tweaks, see what they can do to get the ball down the field.
I formation on a 1st and 10 play. One wide receiver split to each side. Renzifsky gives it off to Thompson, and Thompson puts his head down and gets it across the 35 to the 37-yard line, and a nice pickup by Eli Thompson.
Well, you just think he's going to break one of these games here. He's really close. He's had some holes just real close to really making a big play there. This is the spark that Gering needs.
3:50 left first quarter. 6-0 Chadron here from Gering High School. 2nd down and 7. Hunter Hayden splits out wide to the right with Turner Ray. One back in the backfield. Oswicious in the slot for the Gering Bulldogs. Radzimski, they'll toss it to Thompson, and Thompson with a flag coming out as Thompson is knocked down short of the midfield stripe as he got it across the 45.
I think we're going to have a block on the back on the wide receiver blocking for him out there. Tough call. He kind of turned around on him, and he got caught.
Holding the call on Gering, so a nice run by Eli Thompson, who comes into tonight's action.
Interesting they called that a holding.
With 175 yards on 53 carries. So
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, with
And welcome back to Gering as we go into the second quarter. And Gering off of a Chadron turnover as Xander Provence, and I've been corrected by Jeremy Anderson. Province is the way his last name is spelled, so we appreciate that from you, Jeremy. Jeremy, of course, working at KCSR up in Chadron, Nebraska. So, Province. Gering with the ball, second quarter. Go ahead.
Boy, great quarter by Gering. You know, they had that drive, came out that they drove down, but really showed some resilience, and let's see what they can do here in the second quarter.
Second down and 4. Flip end of the field. Gering now, left to right. Snap back. Eli Thompson bangs into his own man as one of his linemen got in his way just a little bit.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. he hit that hole hard, and just one of his own players stepped in front of him, but still a positive run and leaves you in a 3rd and short.
The ball down at the 21-yard line, 3rd down and 2 for Gering. Tight I formation behind Radzimski. As he goes under center. He's just going to take it himself. He'll get a push from some of his teammates. And we'll see where they mark it.
I think he's got
They will give Gering the first down. And the ball marked down at the 18-yard line, and a 1st and 10 for Gering off of the fumble by Chadron.
Well, how exciting is this? See this offense moving the ball well and really sticking in this game.
First down and 10, 11:02 left first half, 6-0. Chadron on top. 2 wide receivers to each side. Shotgun for Gering. To Radzimski, play action. Radzimski around the right side, 20, 15, and he's wrapped up, but the ball comes loose. Gering gets on it, though. Came out late. Hunter Hayden there.
I think they had him down originally.
The ball down at the 13-yard line. Jarek Anderson with the tackle for the Chadron Cardinals.
Little different wrinkle there from Gering, a spread look and a quarterback draw.
3 wide receivers left, 1 right for Gering. Second down and 6. Shotgun snap, Radzimski rolls left, looking, throws on the run. He's got Tyler Garrett, and Garrett into the end zone. Touchdown, Gering.
Boy, great play by Radzimski and a great route by Garrett. The safety was playing very light coverage and left him open. Garrett ran an incredible route and a great throw on the run by Radzimski.
And the pitch and catch covers 13 yards and a Gering score. And that's got to give this Gering team a boost here as they take advantage of a Chadron turnover. And they're able to go 3 plays and get the score. Lance Isaacs on to attempt the point after, out of the hold of Brady Radzimski. Snap down, and it's blocked. And the extra point is no good. 9:58 left first half. We're tied at 6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home. But not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
And for Gering, off of the turnover, a 3-play, 29-yard drive. Radzimski to Garrett for the touchdown and a end-over-end short kick. And everybody on it, and Gering's got it. And Gering had this done to him last year a couple times in the Hastings game, and the short kick by Isaacs. And nobody got on it for Chadron. So now Gering has it, and 1st and 10 for Gering. Nice field positions. They'll have it at the Chadron 39-yard line.
What a great play. Caught him off guard a little bit. Great kick, and that kickoff coverage team did a great job getting down the field, making a block, and getting on the ball.
Gering back on offense. Of course, playing with only 21 players tonight as we had a COVID outbreak at a JV game that took out a bunch of players, but so far these 21 are getting the job done. 1st and 10, 2 wide receivers split to each side. Shotgun snap, play action. Radzimski around the left side, trying to get it to the 40. He'll be brought up short of the 40-yard line as Kobe Bila comes up to knock him down. And a short gain. Now let's give him a loss on the play, actually back to the 41-yard line. Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Chadron had that play sniffed out from the beginning. Great job by their cornerback and outside linebacker there, holding contained.
2nd down and 11. Hunter Hayden alongside with Turner Ray split out wide to the right side. They're joined by Tyler Garrett. Radzimski goes under center. 1-step drop, fires it to Garrett. Garrett makes the catch, 40, breaking a tackle, and he's pushed out of bounds. As a short gain for Gering as Michael Sorensen pushed him out of bounds, and the gain down to the 38-yard line. And Gering looking at a 3rd and long here with 9:04 left in the first half. We're tied at 6.
You know, you don't have to get all that yardage here in this one play. We're definitely in 4-down territory. We saw that last drive.
So a big 3rd down play right here for the Bulldogs. Trips to the left side. Shotgun formation for Gering. Shotgun snap back to Radzimski. Brady rolling. Now he's going to pull it down. He's going to run. Trying to avoid a tackle, and he won't be able to get by. Kobe Bila, the linebacker for Chadron.
Yeah, same play. They scored that touchdown on. Trips left smash. And the safety he held his coverage there on Garrett.
Ball set down at the 35-yard line. And a 3rd down and 5. And Gering looking like not sure if they're going to take.
I think there was a clock issue. It wasn't running.
So the officials will come on and discuss this.
Oop, now it is running.
Now well, remind you our starting lineups are brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me. Learn more at wncc.edu. Gering and Chadron tied at 6 apiece, and now they have some. I think they yelled up at the scorekeeper. 8:54 is the time they want on the clock. Little break in the action here. Gering looking at a 4th down and 5. And they went for it earlier on their first possession in the first quarter and turned it over on downs. And now they've got the clock figured out. 8:54, and Gering will go for it on a 4th down and 5. Gering moving from left to right. Turner Ray splitting out to the right side along with Tyler Garrett. As Radzimski goes under center, 2 backs in the backfield in an I formation. As Radzimski around the left side. And Brady may have come up a little bit short as we look at it. I think the line to make was the 30-yard line. And he just comes up a yard short. And for the Chadron Cardinals.
Boy, Sorensen had great coverage there for Chadron. Had him one-on-one down in the end zone and really almost picked it off. Great coverage by Sorensen from Chadron.
Sorensen slipped down a little bit too, or he might have had that interception for Chadron. So no gain, 2nd down and 10. 1:05 left here in the first half. Stay with us at halftime. We'll go over the first half numbers and give you some scores from games around the area over in Scottsbluff. Scottsbluff leading Custer 28-0 in the third quarter. 2nd down and 10. Motion now by Oswicious. They'll toss it to Eli Thompson. Avoids one tackler in the backfield, and he's wrapped up and thrown down at the 25-yard line. Sorensen coming up to make the tackle. And a gain to about the 25-yard line. 3rd down for Gering. 3rd and 5 with 42 seconds left here in the first half and the clock running. Carmelo Timblin splitting wide to the left side, trips left. Radzimski shotgun snap, drops it, picks it back up, rolling left, throwing, and through the hands of Lance Isaacs at the Chadron 20-yard line with 23 seconds left.
Yeah, unfortunate. He had him open there. A bit of a high pass, but right through his hands. But 4th down here, 23 seconds left in the half. Let's see what Gering can do.
And I'm sure Gering would be more than pleased to go into the locker room tied at 6. As last week at halftime against Hastings, the score was 35-0.
And really great clock management by Coach O'Boyle here at the end of this half. Really knocking on the door with no time left. Couldn't ask for more than that.
4th down and 7. 23 seconds left. Trips right. 1 wide receiver left. Thompson to the right of Radzimski. Shotgun snap. Radzimski rolls right, looking to throw, fires. That pass is complete, and getting out of bounds is Hunter Hayden. And a nice job by the senior wide receiver as he gets it down to the Chadron 11-yard line with under 20 seconds left.
Great play design. It's down to it, though. 18 seconds, got about, 2 plays probably to pop this in the end zone.
This will be the 11th play of the drive that started at the Gering 47-yard line. 2 wide receivers split each side for Gering. Shotgun snap, Radzimski drops to throw, fires in the flat, finds Carmelo Timblin, and Timblin knocked down inside the 10-yard line.
We've seen that play, the slot receiver out into the flat. The safety's playing very light coverage on that play. That's been there multiple times.
Timeout Gering, 6-6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Sorry.
Renewal by Anderson Windows and Patio Doors. Invest in your home.
The number one investment I like to invest in is my home. For less than your cable bill and your cell phone bill, you can have all new windows in your house. Now, I've never got a return from my cable bill. I've never got a return from my cell phone bill. But when you invest in your home and windows, you're going to get that return.
Now more than ever, there is no place like home. Invest in it. Renewal by Anderson Windows and Patio Doors.
Back in Gering, 11 seconds left, 2nd down and 7. Gering with the timeout. We're tied at 6. Gering looking to punch one into the end zone here right before the end of the first half as they'll go to the left hash. Trips to the right. Radzimski rolling to the right side. Now he's going to pull it down and run to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Brady Radzimski, touchdown, Gering.
What a great run by Radzimski. Great athlete, great read. He saw he didn't have a wide receiver open in the end zone, so he took it down and made a good, tough run in the end zone. This is how football is supposed to look.
Put his head down at about the 2 and went into the end zone, and Gering, for the first time this season, with a lead in a game with 4 seconds left.
Great drive. You know, Gering's really put together a good game plan and really unique circumstances that have really presented some challenges for the Bulldogs.
As we said, playing with a short roster and a timeout, Gering. We will keep it right here. Once again, stay with us for our halftime show. We will give you the stats, total offense for both teams and individual numbers, and then we'll also go over some of the scores from around the area. And in addition to the Gering team playing with only 21 players this evening, Gering's opponent last week, Hastings, was scheduled to travel to Alliance tonight to take on the Alliance Bulldogs. They have had a COVID outbreak a little bit on the in Alliance, and so that game was canceled at about, I want to say, a little after 1 o'clock Mountain Time. So Alliance and Hastings has been canceled, and Alliance is scheduled to be Gering's opponent here at home next Friday night. So we'll keep tabs on that. But the Alliance Hastings
If Runza was a rapper, its name would be Notorious P.O.P., Cardi Beef, Chance the Runza Sandwich Rapper, Big Crinkle, Ring Latifah, Lil Crinkle, Runza DMC.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It's been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different. Xander Province. With 9:58 left before the end of the first half, Brady Radzimski to Tyler Garrett, a 13-yard touchdown pass. The point after touchdown was no good, and we were tied at 6. But Gering goes ahead. Just
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Ladies and gentlemen, now our homecoming second attendance for Milo Newman and Emmy Parker. This year's homecoming first attendants are
back here at halftime at Gering High School, 6 over Chadron. And now let's take a look at the halftime numbers right now.
Thanks, Jeff. As far as rushing yards, Gering Clark had 23 rushing yards in the first half. Passing-wise, Gering had total yards pretty even through the first half here. Chadron had 18. Some individual numbers for Chadron. Alcorn was 4 formations, very efficient first half for him. As far as rushing goes, while Hag had 10. Receiving-wise, Province had 5, and Dunbar had 20 receiving yards. It's been they've spread the ball around really well. Radzimski is 4 for 4 passing with 1 touchdown. Great numbers. Rushing-wise, Radzimski has 27. Thompson, 49, the hardest earned yards I think I've ever seen. As far as receiving, 3 different receivers have caught the ball. Garrett has a touchdown and 18 yards. Hayden with 10 receiving yards, and Timblin with 2 receiving yards. Gering has really done a great job distributing the ball and really imposing its will offensively out there and defensively.
And you kind of wondered how Gering was going to respond after Chadron really took the opening kickoff and went right down the field. I mean, it was a 3-play drive. They had good field position on that, but they take it right down the field.
Absolutely. 46 of Chadron's total yards were in that first drive. So after that first drive, get those jitters out of the way. Gering really tightened up the defense and played a really great game. I'm not quick enough to do the math on air here, but you're looking at 35, 36 yards total after that first drive of total offense for Chadron.
So here at halftime, it's Gering 14, Chadron 6. We'll have more. We're going to bring you some scores from around the area. But once again, here at Gering at halftime, Gering leads it 14-6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
And back here at Gering High School, Memorial Field, alongside Adam Ostick, I'm Jeff Kelly. Gering on top, 14-0. And some great numbers for Gering at halftime. And I think the drive right before halftime with 4 seconds left, there's some good clock management, as you said, and they were able to take it into the end zone. That has to give Gering a big boost.
Oh, absolutely. This is a halftime conversation that they haven't had in a while. So it'll be really interesting to see how Gering comes out and reacts. But, boy, you got to think that their spirits are high and they feel really good about this game. And there's a long ways to go, don't get me wrong. But you hope some of those butterflies don't start bubbling up, and a lot of these kids, they haven't been in this position quite a lot, but there's a lot of this in their future.
And I think that's going to be a key. Gering's gone in, I think, against Torrington. They went into the locker room tied at 6. Against Grand Island Northwest, they were down, and last week they were down 35-0. So a different vibe in the locker room, and I think it's going to be very important that the message is, we've got a lead, but expect Chadron to, come out in the second half and try and get this game tied up.
Absolutely. We've said it before. They're a well-coached team, just about as good as it gets. Chadron has no plans on losing this game either. So those adjustments you make at halftime, how you respond to adversity, because there will be adversity in this second half, and this young Gering team that's undermanned at this point in the game, I think every coach, every player would have taken it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you go into the locker room up by 8 points with only 21 players out on the field tonight, and most of them are first-team kids that have gotten a lot of action all season, but not a lot of bodies to come in and spell you if you get tired or God forbid there's an injury. So a great job by Gering. As we said, they score with 4 seconds left before the end of the first half, and then they go for 2, and that plays successful. And we can say it all we want, but that has to be a big boost for them to be able to convert on on a 2-point conversion.
Oh, absolutely. And a team that has struggled at times putting the ball in the end zone, they did it twice on that drive. So there's really some good things. Gering is running the ball well, they're throwing the ball well, and their defense is really playing lights out. It'll be really interesting, and Gering gets the ball back to start the first half. So I think that's a really crucial drive. Come out, set the tone for that second half, and let Chadron know that they're not going anywhere, because we know this is a good team. They're well coached. They're a perennial powerhouse.
And they've had 2 weeks to prepare. As we said, they did not play against Valentine, as Valentine had someone test positive, so that wiped that game out last week, as Valentine was scheduled to travel to Chadron. So even though Chadron didn't play last Friday night, they still had more time to prepare than they usually would. And it was interesting, the comments by Danny O'Boyle. He kind of said the same thing last Friday night that he did after the opening game against Torrington. They just did not, come to play. And, he's trying to get a different culture in here at Gering, trying to get buy-in from the kids. And when I talked to him earlier in the season, there were still a few kids that weren't buying in. But I think tonight, when you see what this team has done in the first half against Chadron, they've really I guess if you want to say bought in, but they've been very sharp on offense and on the defensive side too.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of these kids, like you say, you could talk about buying in, you can talk about executing correctly and executing perfectly, and a lot of these kids, they just don't know how that feels. Now that they have some of that fire in their belly, some of that experience that, Gering has won, and they will win again. And I think it's games like this that you can build on, where really some things went right. They limited their mistakes. This is the kind of stuff that you can go into week after week and point to and say, hey, if you buy into the system, if you trust us as coaches, good things like this can happen, because those conversations are a lot easier in the halftime when you're up instead of down.
Exactly. And talk about the Gering defense just a little bit. They had an interception last week against Hastings late in the game, but they forced a turnover as Xander Province coughs it up, and Gering was able to take that fumble and turn it into their first score of the game. So, and that was a vicious hit that they put on him that jarred that ball loose. So Gering definitely hitting early in the game and seeing some results from that as they are able to force the turnover.
Absolutely. And with Gering, rhythm, tempo is a big thing for them, especially with running the football and with their passing attack. They don't throw it down the field a lot, and really tonight they've had a lot of success just really imposing what they want. They've managed to clock well. They've ran when they wanted to ran. They've passed when they wanted to pass. And turnovers. Like we've said the last few weeks, they just need a break. They just need one or two things to go differently. And knock on wood, we've seen that happen in this first half.
Gering just coming out of the locker room, and they've I don't think they'll put any more time up. They did put 12 minutes back up on the clock, but as we said, Gering will get the second half kickoff. Well, all of our stats brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and Supply. They've been in business for over 35 years. Headquartered in Gering, the company provides an array of services ranging from commercial and industrial building construction to heavy highway earthwork and installation of underground utilities, as well as the rock pile division service and equipment. Paul Reed Construction on 10th Street in Gering. And they have put 3 minutes back up on the clock, as Gering a little bit late coming out on the field, as I'm sure they had a lot to talk about and a lot to go over, as we said, as they go into the locker room with a lead here for the first time this season. But the key is going to be able to build on that coming up in this third quarter, maybe get another score on the board and make Chadron have to score twice in order to possibly beat them tonight. And we'll see what Gering can do in the second half. They will have the second half kickoff, and I'm sure we won't see much different from what Gering did in the first half. They ran the ball well. As you said, Brady Radzimski 4 for 4, and so Gering, as you said, is doing it really on both sides of the ball tonight.
And it's really situations like this that this Gering offense is built for. Prolonged, sustained drives that take up a lot of time. If you can march down the field, put 8, 6, 7 points on the board, and took 7 minutes to do it in high school football, that's more than half of a quarter. So I look for Gering to really try to control this clock, and up to this point they've really controlled the line of scrimmage, and they've really had some success doing that. You wonder if Chadron's going to try to open it up a little bit. They definitely have some playmakers, and they definitely have the ability. So this is where it's really gut check time for these young kids, and it's been a tough week. It's been a tough year. It's been a tough couple years. So, but these are the games you build on. These are the games that give you that fire. These are the games that make you a Bulldog. And like I said before, Gering has won in the past, and they'll win again. And it's really building that culture. That's really what these games are about.
Gering, as we said, will get the second half kickoff, and they will move from left to right here in this second half as we have 12 minutes on the clock, and we are ready to go here from Gering. Gering leading it 14-6 with only 21 players on the roster here tonight. But this will be a big second half for Gering, trying to hang on to this 8-point lead and possibly try to expand it if they can. As Aiden Vaughn will set the tee down at the 40-yard line. And deep for Gering is Brady Radzimski along with Tyler Garrett.
Boy, Tyler Garrett's really stepped into a couple different roles tonight and played well so far. They're splitting him out, putting him in the backfield. Fun to see some of that creativity that's being forced by this weird week.
So we're ready for second half action here. Aiden Vaughn approaches. Low end over end kick. This will be taken by Garrett at the 15, across the 20, 25 to the 30. And he's pushed down there by Gaswick. And a nice return to the 30-yard line for Gering. 11:53 left in the third quarter. 14-6. Gering leads it.
Yeah, those Chadron kicks have really had a pretty low trajectory tonight, giving that return person some time to get upfield before he's really confronted by any defenders.
Brady Radzimski at the controls here to start this second half. Ball set down at the Gering 30-yard line. Garrett splits out wide left. Offset I. Behind Brady Radzimski. One wide receiver to the right. They'll give it to Oswicious, and Oswicious right up the middle. Pile still moving, and he'll be pushed back. Matt there along with Jesse Stolley, but a good job by the Gering offensive line. He's going to pick up 9 yards and put Gering in a second down and 1.
Great run by the fullback. Right now the Gering fullback's averaging 7 yards a carry. 7 of the hardest yards you about ever seen.
Second down and 1 for Gering. Split a wide receiver out to each side. Keep it in the eye for Gering. Radzimski under center. Gets the snap, bobbles it. He'll give it to Thompson. And Thompson across the 40. He'll pick up first down yardage for Gering. And Gering avoiding disaster there as once again we saw a little bit of trouble with the center quarterback exchange. But that time Radzimski able to handle it and get it to Thompson for the first down.
Great start, and that clock is running. Gering is just moving the ball and taking time off the clock. I think this is exactly what they drew up.
Fast-moving first half, and Gering with the ball here to start the second half. Turner Ray to the right, Garrett left. Offset I. Oswicious, the fullback, he puts his head down. Oswicious come up just short of the 45-yard line as Cody Hall brings him down. And the ball down at the 44-yard line. Give him a pickup of 1 and a second down and 8 for Gering. Gering will split a wide receiver out to each side. I formation behind Brady Radzimski. Takes the snap, give it off to Thompson. Thompson, big hole, right side, and Eli Thompson gets it to the midfield stripe before Aiden Vaughn brings him down from his linebacker position.
And Gering right on schedule with these first and second downs, getting adequate yardage to leave you in a third and short, which is that's where every play caller wants to be. Or the end zone, I suppose.
There you go. 3rd down and 2 for Gering. Nothing fancy here from the Bulldogs. Once again, a wide receiver split to each side. And the I formation. Radzimski calls his starting count under center, gives it off to Thompson, and Eli will pick up 1st down yardage. Dunbar wrapped him up around the ankles. And assisting on the tackle was Ryan Bickle. And a 1st down for Gering as they have it in Chadron territory at the 46-yard line.
These O linemen are really doing a great job of getting in front, push up front. Coach Boyle talked about that in the pregame. And, Chadron is really putting these wide receivers one-on-one on the outside. You wonder if you might see a deep throw here.
9:49 left, 3rd quarter, 14-6 Gering. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs in Chadron territory at the 46. Radzimski, play action, rolling left, getting some pressure, and he's tripped up in the backfield by Aiden Vaughn. As Vaughn blitzing through there, the 6'3", 225-pound senior linebacker. It'll bring up a 2nd down, but a loss back to the Gering 49-yard line and a 2nd down and 15.
Just a shoestring tackle. If Radzimski could have got around the defender there, he could have had a really good shot at a completion down the sideline.
2nd down and 14 now for Gering as we go underneath the 8-minute mark here. Turner Ray split out wide to the right. Garrett to the far boundary. On the pitch to Thompson, and that play was not looking good from the start. And once again, Aiden Vaughn slicing in there and knocking down Thompson. And a loss back to the 47-yard line. And we've got a flag on the play and a legal procedure, the call on Gering. And penalties, and Chadron will decline the penalty. But after a good start, the Gering offense has kind of gone in reverse a little bit as Aiden Vaughn, a Chadron linebacker, has kind of wreaked havoc in the Gering backfield.
He has been very active all game. What a great player.
Puts Gering in a 3rd down and 16. 6:55 left in the 3rd quarter. 2 wide receivers to the right, Gering left to right here in this 2nd half. Radzimski now rolling left. He's going to pull it down and run into Chadron territory as he puts his head down and takes on Talon Craig. And another tough run by the Gering quarterback as he gets it into Chadron territory.
Tough run, put his shoulder down and got an extra 3 yards. Just took the defender on one-on-one. Another penalty. Looked like an illegal formation there.
Penalty declined. And Gering looking at a 4th down. And they will bring Turner Ray on to punt it away as Seth Gaswick drops deep for the Chadron Cardinals. Ray gets the snap and a nice kick that goes towards the near sideline. It'll bounce and take a Gering roll inside the 10-yard line. And a nice job on the punting game, 2nd time tonight. Gering with a nice punt that is downed inside the 10.
What a difference a week makes, and look how different that makes this game, the dynamics of this game. Gering could have went for that earlier in the game. They would have, but I think they trust their defense.
Ball set down just at about the 10-yard line.
Well, a 6-minute drive, too, there to open up the 1st half.
Gering on top, 14-6. Chadron in the road white jerseys tonight, red letters and numbers trimmed in black, and the black pants. Gering in the home blue jerseys, and now a penalty. Following that play, will mark it down inside the 5. And the former official, Adam Ostick, shaking his head.
I don't know.
If you don't know, just say it.
Yeah, I just don't know what happened there.
1st and 10 for Chadron at the Gering 5-yard line, moving right to left. Alcorn under center. Bunch formation to the right side of the formation. They'll give it off. And a short pickup there. Dawson Dunbar in the backfield. Short gain of 2.
Great pitch fake there. I thought the ball was running on the outside.
They put Province in motion to the right side. Little misdirection by Chadron.
This goes to show you how well coached they are. Their offense is really a thing of beauty. Fun to watch.
Zach Werdekemper into the lineup. He splits out wide to the right side. Province in the backfield. They'll bunch 3 wide receivers on the left side of the formation. Alcorn gets the snap, play action, drops in the end zone, completes the pass in the flat to Dunbar. Dunbar still on the run, and he's at the 35, 40, midfield, 50, 40, and brought down from behind. Brady Radzimski with a touchdown-saving tackle. But Dunbar taking the pass in the flat, and a huge gain, and no flags. But Brady Radzimski racing downfield, and the gain all the way down to the Gering 33-yard line.
Screenplay there, great play design. They had the whole offensive line in front of them. And what a hustle play by Radzimski, running him down from, well, I think he had to probably run 80 yards to get him.
About 60 yards on that run by Dunbar. And a first down and 10 for Chadron at the Gering 33-yard line, moving right to left, trips right. Shotgun snap, gives it off to the running back. That's Gaswick, and Gaswick stacked up. No gain for him. Nate Rushello in there, first man to hit him. Also down there for Gering, Ryan Onstadt.
That he had nowhere to go in a hurry. That was the defensive front seven for Gering has played an incredible job, really getting penetration and filling those run gaps.
He loses 3 on that run, and a second down and 13 for Chadron. They're in Gering territory. Province will split out wide to the left side. Trips right for the Chadron Cardinals tonight. Shotgun snap, back to Alcorn, drops the throw, gets pressure, he'll be sacked again. Trey Zwickel in there to bring him down. Second sack of the night for the Bulldogs, Trey Zwickel. And the loss all the way back to the Gering 46-yard line.
Again, front seven from Gering just beat their man and got back there. They were trying to do a double move to Province down here, man-on-man coverage, something to keep an eye on. He is an electric athlete. So they may want to go to that play again here on third and a mile.
Third down and 24. Province splits out wide to the left side. Trips right. Alcorn. And flags come out.
Looks like the wide receiver tried to get a little jump.
So after the 60-yard run by Dunbar that put Chadron in great position in Gering territory, a quarterback sack and now a penalty has moved the ball back into Chadron territory at the 48-yard line.
It looks like Gering brought out Garrett for some help from with the corner on Province there. They're definitely respecting his speed and his athleticism. But Garrett will try to jam him off the line of scrimmage to slow him down downfield.
Both of them lined up. Province wide left. Shotgun formation, trips right. As Alcorn gets it, drops the throw, fires over the middle, and overthrows his intended receiver, Kobe Bila, at the 25-yard line. And Chadron looking at fourth down and 29, and they will punt it away. Cody Hall will come in to kick it away, and Tyler Garrett will drop deep for the Gering Bulldogs. Another nice series for the Gering defense. Snap back to Hall. Kick. This will drive Garrett back. He takes it and he'll just take it. Try and run it out of the end zone. And a safety as Garrett tried to pick it up at the 5. He fumbled it and then took it back into the end zone, and he was knocked down there.
We'll see if he touched it before it went into the end zone. That'll be the big difference here.
Officials discussing it right now as the kick,
I believe it'll be a touchback,
drove Garrett back into about the 1 or 2 yard line and tried to pick it up, and they will say it's a safety.
Yeah, so with there, he touched the ball and established a football position in the field of play and then went back into the end zone, so that's why that's a safety.
So off the safety, and Gering will kick it back to Chadron. And really the first big mistake tonight by Gering.
Yep.
There.
And it was a great punt. It really pushed him back about 5-10 yards back farther than he thought it would. And in hindsight, he probably should have just let it go. But you're tired. He's played all game, and this is high school football. That's what makes it fun.
Gering with only 21 players on the roster here tonight.
So now Chadron should come out with some good field position as they get as Gering has to administer a free kick. So let's see if that defense can answer the call again.
Defense did a great job on the last series as they sacked Justice Alcorn for a big loss, and then the penalty came into play. But a mistake by Gering as Garrett tries to take the punt, take it into the end zone, and bring it out, but he was tackled in the end zone for the safety. So Lance Isaacs will put the tee down at the 20-yard line. And Province drops deep for Chadron. He stands between the 20 and 25-yard line as Isaacs has it lined up on the right hash mark at the 20-yard line and gets this one straight up in the air, and that goes out of bounds, and that'll be a penalty on Gering.
Well, and that's something, especially with a few guys down. You probably don't practice this week in practice, but everything's a learning experience, and the defense has been in these positions before.
So with the kick going out of bounds, Chadron will have good field position as they get the ball after the safety. And now the score is 14-8.
And did Chadron elect to re-kick?
I think so, because of course, Gering will have to kick it from 5 yards farther back. They put the ball down at the 15, and Province is moved up to the 30-yard line.
Like we talked before, let's see how the morale of Gering is and how they respond to some adversity here in a weird chain of events that's happened.
Once again, the ball placed down on the right hash mark at the 15-yard line off of the penalty. And Isaacs, soccer-style kicker, and this is a lot better. Line drives will be taken by Gaswick at the 40, 45 into Gering territory, and he'll be pushed back. Still fighting for yardage.
Great coverage by Gering there. Didn't give up, and because he almost had a crease for half a second there, but great play. Let's see how that defense responds.
2:06 left in the third quarter, 14-8. Gering leading Chadron, and the ball set down at the Gering 48-yard line. Chadron will move from right to left. And checking in for Gering is Will Larson.
Gering running a 3-4 now. Must anticipate some little more wide open offense here.
2 wide receivers, right, 1 left for Chadron as they move right to left. Play action. Alcorn throwing on the run, and the pass complete to Province at the 35-yard line. He was getting pressure from the backside by a Gering defender, and the ball just inside the Gering 35-yard line, and a 1st down and 10 for Chadron. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Give off to Haig, and Haig wrapped up and thrown down. Sam Rushello from his defensive end position.
Great one-on-one tackle. Great one-on-one tackle.
Minute 33, clock running here in the third quarter, and a fast-moving third quarter. It was a fast-moving first half. And the ball set down at the 33, picks up 2, 2nd down and 8. Sorensen splits out wide to the left along with Province. They'll fire to him in the flat, gets it at the 35-30, and he's tripped up and knocked down, and he was tackled and fell awkwardly, and he's a little bit slow getting up and not putting any weight, looks like, on his left leg, and he's going to come out of the ball game.
Well, you sure hope he's okay. What a dynamic athlete.
The game down to the 26, and Chadron looking at a 3rd down and 1. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. 14-8. Gering on top. Sorensen splits out wide to the right. I formation behind Alcorn. Alcorn and a flag.
Delay a game.
The call on Chadron. I think Chadron was trying to go no play and get Gering to jump offside for the free 5 yards.
They sure were, and in high school there's no play clock set up in the stadium, so you have to look back at the back judge, and he'll put his arm up at 5 seconds, so that's how you know you're getting close.
Now they did have a play clock in Hastings, which is kind of nice.
They did, yeah. I don't know if I've ever played with a play clock.
Trips right for Chadron, and that play ends the third quarter. At the end of 3, Gering 14, Chadron 8 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
12 minutes in this one here from Gering's Memorial Field, and Gering clinging to a 6-point lead. 14-8 is the score, as a safety by Gering, as Tyler Garrett went into the tried to field a punt at about the 2 and took it into the end zone and was tackled there, and that was the safety, and that makes it 14-8, and a tight one here in the final 12 minutes. We'll see what Gering has.
Yeah, it's really gut check time. Fourth quarter, you're tired. I think a lot of these guys have played every play. Let's really see where their hearts are, and you know, knowing from what I know from this team, they're suited for this. They're going to do just fine.
As we said, Gering playing with only 21 players, and Chadron will have it 3rd down and 6 as we switch ends of the field. Chadron left to right. Trips right. Shotgun snap. They'll throw it in the flat to Gaswick. Gaswick 30, 25, breaks a tackle and gets it up close to the 20, loses the ball as it goes out of bounds. And I think Nate Rushello was the first man to hit him. But the gain down to the Gering, we're going to call it the 12-yard line. And a 1st down and 10 for Chadron. 11:48 left in the game, 14-8. Chadron looking to go ahead right here. Craig splits out wide to the right side. They'll bunch 3 wide receivers to the left side of the formation. Alcorn under center, inside handoff. Nobody biting on that. And in there to make the tackle, that's Sam Rushello. Brings down Sawyer Haig on a misdirection play, and a nice play by Rushello.
What a great play. He went back there one-on-one, brought him down by the jersey. It was another one of those misdirection fullback trap pitch out plays, and Rushello wasn't tricked.
I think they ran that play when they were down in the end zone in the first half, and they got a pretty good gain off of that, but Rushello not biting on the fake and brings down Sawyer Haig and puts Chadron in a 2nd down and 14. Same formation, bunch wide receivers to the left side. Alcorn under center. They fake the toss. Now he drops to throw, getting pressure. Almost tripped up, and then he's knocked down as he gets it to about the 15-yard line. Trey Zwickel there to bring him down, along with Isaiah Blanco and Jacob Oswicious.
Big play here. You got to think it's two down territory, but you need a stop here. You really need a stop to force them into a 4th and long.
3rd down and 11. 10 minutes, 12 seconds left in the game. Gering on top, 14-8. Chadron driving. They move from left to right. Dunbar along with Sorensen and Kobe Bila split out wide to the left side. Alcorn awaits the shotgun snap, but a timeout taken by Gering. 14-8, Gering leads it on the West Coast scoreboard.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Back in Gering, Jeff Kelly alongside Adam Ostick from the Logos broadcast booth. Stopping the logos, and the guys will custom design it, print it, and have it ready for the game. There's no job too big or too small for Logos in downtown Gering. Out of the timeout, 3rd down and 11 for the Chadron Cardinals. Ball set down at the Gering 13-yard line. And some confusion as Gaswick checking in late. He'll be one of 3 wide receivers to the left side of the formation. And now he'll line up in the backfield as the I-back. Alcorn under center. Play action, drops to throw, looks into the end zone, got a man wide open. And there for the touchdown and the catch is Dawson Dunbar. And the game now tied at 14 as Dunbar.
Oh, there's a flag.
Okay, a flag that we didn't see. We apologize for that, but Dawson Dunbar was wide open in the end zone.
And a beauty of a pass.
Yeah.
beauty of a pass.
So take the touchdown off the board and mark the ball back at the 18-yard line. Good thing that pencil has an eraser.
Yes, I had to use it a couple times.
9:43 left in the game, 14-8.
Big play here. We saw what they wanted to do. They were trying some different formations that there was some confusion on. I didn't catch the penalty, but this is a big play for the Bulldog defense.
Dunbar and Sorensen split wide left. I formation. Alcorn goes under center. Gets it. Gets pressure. It throws the ball. It hangs up in the air and it's caught. And it's caught by Michael Sorensen with Gering defenders all over the feet of Justice Alcorn. And the pass completion takes the ball down to the 5-yard line, but a 4th down facing Chadron right here.
Just kind of a weird play. He was going down and threw it up, and it happened. A Cardinal happened to come up with the ball, but now it's 4th and short, and let's see if the Bulldog defense can. This is the play of the game here.
4th down and 3. Ball set down at the Gering 4-yard line. Motion by Chadron as the snap comes back to Alcorn, dropping to throw, getting pressure. He'll be sacked.
And there's a holding penalty in the middle to boot.
Trey Zwickel back there. Sam Rushello back there for Gering.
I tell you what, this D-line has played the game of their lives. They are everywhere. It looks like a 95 defense out there. And he was held up the middle. What a great play. The two T tackles are out there are they're earning their lunch tonight.
So the ball goes over on downs to Gering, clinging to a 14-8 lead, and Chadron having a touchdown taken off the board as Dawson Dunbar was wide open in the end zone. Or this game would have been tied, or Chadron may have taken the lead. So Gering deep in their own territory at the 8-yard line, moving right to left. Radzimski under center, the handoff Thompson, and Thompson knocked down Kobe Bila there to bring him down along with Daniel Wellnitz.
Now Gering needs a productive drive here. They need a couple first downs to really take some time off the clock, and the ground and pound's the way they're going to get it.
No gain by Thompson on that run. And Gering at a 2nd down and 10. They'd like to get a nice 10-play drive here, take a lot of time off the clock. One wide receiver split to each side for Gering, and whistles.
Timeout.
And a timeout, Gering. 14-8. Gering leads it on the West Coast scoreboard.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Plant seeds of safety around irrigation equipment. Here are some potential hazards. Avoid moving irrigation equipment on windy days. Never try to remove an irrigation pipe that is contacting a power line. Keep spray from irrigation systems away from power lines. Make sure wiring is always grounded properly. Stay away from irrigation systems during lightning activity. We should always promote safety in all fields of endeavor. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
And welcome back to Gering's Memorial Field as Gering looking at a 2nd down and 10. They lead it 14-8. And a nice defensive stand by the Gering defense, who has been getting it done all night tonight, as they get a sack on Justice Alcorn, and then with a big stop when the ball was at the Gering 4-yard line on a 4th down play. 7:37 left out of the timeout. Gering 2nd down and 10. Eli Thompson will be in there at I-back for Gering. One wide receiver split to each side. Radzimski will go under center. Motion now by Oswicius. Radzimski will take it himself around the left side. Flag comes out. Radzimski breaks free at the 30, and then he's ripped out of bounds at about the 40-yard line by Aiden Vaughn. But a flag back at the 6-yard line for Gering. Holding the call on the Bulldogs. And head coach Danny O'Boyle not agreeing with that call. But a nice run by Radzimski, but comes as a result of a holding call.
Unfortunate timing on that holding call, but repeat 2nd down. You don't lose a ton of yardage because you're so close to your own end zone there. Great play call and design there. Little boot out with Radzimski running the ball the whole time.
Half the distance to the goal, puts it down at the 4-yard line. And Gering 2nd down and make it about 14. With 7:29 left in the game, Gering leads it 14-8. Splitting out Austin Elson to the left side. Once again, motion by Oswicius from the fullback position. They'll give it off inside to Thompson, and Thompson will be knocked down in the end zone.
Looks like he got forward progress just to the 1-foot line there.
No signal from the official, but the ball set down at about the 1-yard line. And a 3rd down for Gering. Gering trying to run a little misdirection there with Thompson. Sniffed out by the Chadron defense. And Gering now looking at a 3rd down and 17. Turner Ray split out wide to the left side. I formation. Give it off to Oswicius. Nothing fancy. He'll push it up and get it up to about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, you're just trying to get some room for your punter on that play.
And Gering looking at a 4th and 14. And Turner Ray will punt it away as Seth Gaswick stands at the midfield stripe, and Gering needs a good punt right here. Ray standing almost at the end line. Nice snap back to him. And a nice punt. Gaswick will take it on the bounce, almost drop, and then he's hit immediately at the 45-yard line.
Great punt coverage. A little bobble there, and he punished him. Garrett was in on that, and a couple other of his friends just really punished him.
And the ball will be set down at the, let's call it the 44-yard line. 5:59 left in the game. Gering on top, 14-8.
And like we've said before, defense is time to step up.
They have all night tonight. We'll see if they can do it one more time. Sorensen, along with Craig, split out wide to the right. Chadron left to right. Alcorn, the handoff, Dunbar. Dunbar not finding running room, and he'll be knocked down for a loss. The Gering defense steps up again. Sam Rushlow, Turner Ray in there.
Great pursuit by the Gering defense. Rushlow, again, we've said his name. It has to be 20 times tonight. Pursuit, and he's a man that can't be stopped tonight.
Sam Rushlow, 6'2", junior. And the loss puts the ball back in Chadron territory at the 49-yard line, and a 2nd down and 16. Sorensen along with Dunbar and Province split out wide to the left side for Chadron.
Good to see Province is okay.
Alcorn from the gun, takes it, drops to throw, fires, pass in and out of the hands of Dunbar, and then Dunbar takes a big hit from Brady Radzimski. And that falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 16. Nice play once again, this Gering defense. They throw Dunbar for a loss. And nice pass defense on the pass receiver that time by Brady Radzimski.
And he's got to be careful for a defenseless player hit at the end of that. Pretty fortunate he didn't get a flag there.
That thought crossed my mind when I saw him hit him.
Nowadays, that's a big penalty.
Trips left, one wide receiver right for Chadron, 3rd down and 16. Shotgun snap, Alcorn drops to throw, fires over the middle and fires short. And falls at the feet of Province, and 4th down for Chadron.
I think that was hit again at the line of scrimmage, but guess who? What a night. That D-line has been spectacular.
Cody Hall will come on to punt for Chadron as Garrett drops deep, and I'm sure he's been told if it goes, he's going to stand clear back at the goal line, and he figures if it goes over his head there, I'll just let it go. And flags come out.
What a punt. That would have, too.
The snap comes back to Cody Hall. And illegal procedure is the call on Chadron.
Lucky for Gering. What a great directional punt. They'd have had the ball about that 6-yard line.
So march it back. And Chadron will punt it away once again as the ball set down at the 49-yard line. Now Garrett moves up to the Gering 10. High snap. Hall has to go up to get it. Almost blocked. Somebody might have gotten a piece of it as it falls at the 35. And it'll be touchdown inside the 30 at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, the universal term for that is Peter. So you get away so none of the defensive players touch it. But big game here. Our big series for the offense. 4 minutes and 57 seconds left, and I'm sure they'd love to use every second of it.
I bet they would. I'm sure we'll see the ball on the ground quite a bit in the hands of Eli Thompson and also Jacob Oswicious, who's probably gotten the most carries he's had all season tonight.
Absolutely, and the guy's got to be averaging over 5 yards a carry as a fullback.
1st and 10, Gering. Ball set down at their own 29-yard line as they move from right to left. I formation, Oswicious in motion. Brady Radzimski will keep it around the left side. He's got 2 blockers in front of him. 40, 45, and he's tripped up. Aiden Vaughn trips up Brady Radzimski.
Just what the doctor ordered there. Little misdirection. They've run it a few times, get some blockers out in front of him, and let that Radzimski athleticism just work its way down the field.
1st down run for Gering. 4:41, clock running. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Gering on top, 14-8. As they break the huddle, Turner Ray splits to the left side. Tyler Garrett to the right. The I formation once again as Radzimski goes under center. Motion to the right side by Oswicious. Fake the toss. Now Radzimski's going to take it around the right side and is brought down short of the 50-yard line. And another flag comes out late on that play. The gain was to about the 49-yard line, but it'll be brought back. And a penalty on Gering.
Yeah, holding penalty. A lot of times when you get linemen out running like that, especially when you have a fast back behind you, it's easy to grab on and kind of just bring him to the ground.
And the penalty marks the ball all the way back inside the 35. Inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. And Gering looking at a 1st down and 22 to go. Clock continues to run. We go into the 4-minute mark here. Gering leading by 6, 14-8. Turner Ray right, Tyler Garrett left. High formation behind Radzimski. The turn and the give to Thompson, and Thompson cuts it up and is brought down by Stolle. Comes up close to the 35-yard line.
You know, and more importantly, that clock is running. But they really need 1 or 2 more first downs to end this thing.
Jarek Anderson across the front along with Tegan Scoggins. Front 3 for Chadron, along with Michael Matt. 2nd down and 20 for Gering. Radzimski takes it. He's going to go around the left side. Now he'll pitch it late to Thompson, and Thompson gets it to the 40-yard line. Knocked out of bounds there, Province, along with Daniel Wellnitz. Short gain on the play of about 5. 2:46. Clock continues to run. 14-8 Gering. And correction there, put the ball down at the 41-yard line. And looking like about a 2nd down and 15 for Gering, or check that, a 3rd down and 15 as I look across the way. The down marker saying 3rd down and 15.
Clock should be running there. He stayed in bounds.
And a timeout, Gering. 2:46 left, 14-8. Gering leads it on the West Coast scoreboard.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
And back here at Gering's Memorial Stadium with 2:46 left in the game. Gering leading at 14-8 here, and big 3rd down here, but you don't want to be in a 3rd down and 14 at this point in the game. Maybe you can pick up half of it, and then if you need to, punt the ball away to Chadron, and then once again place it on the shoulders of your defense. But they've really come up big all night tonight.
They sure have answered the call, and we've said it at the beginning of how many drives, and they came up every time.
Out of the timeout, 3rd down and 14. One wide receiver split to each side for Gering. Out of the gun, backs on either side of Brady Radzimski. Gets a shotgun snap. He's going to take it around the right side. Brady to the 45, and he just slips down there and gets it. Picks up 5 yards to the 45-yard line.
Looks like he might have lost his footing there a little bit. Now, interesting call from Coach Boyle here. I assume you have to punt it deep. And let's see what that defense can do.
Timeout, Chadron, 2:37.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
When you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Back in Gering, 4th down and 10. Turner Ray to punt it away for Gering. Dropping deep is Seth Gaswick. Nice snap. Punt's blocked. And Gering gets back on it. And the man slicing through there was Aiden Vaughn to block that punt. And Chadron takes over with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left. And great field position at the Gering 37-yard line.
Well, not ideal, but the defense, they need a stop anyway, so just get that stop now and see what they can do here. You expect Chadron to really, at this field position, they can run or pass.
2 wide receivers to the right. Shotgun formation for Chadron as they move left to right. As Alcorn gets it, he'll hand it off to Dunbar. Dunbar finds running room, breaking tackles, and Tyler Garrett will run him down short of the 20-yard line. But a first down run for Dawson Dunbar. And the ball will be marked down at the 22-yard line, and a 1st and 10. For Chadron, 2:22, clock stopped. Each team with 1 timeout left. Sorensen splits out along with Kobe Bila wide to the right side, backs on either side of Alcorn. Craig to the left. Fires, complete to Craig. Craig at the 10, breaks a tackle at the 5, and then he's knocked out of bounds short of the goal line. Tyler Garrett there, along with Nate Rushello, and the gain down to the Gering 2-yard line. And a first down and goal to go for Chadron off of the Gering blocked punt.
Tough chain of events for Gering here, but still a lot to play for.
Sorensen and Bila to the right. The turn and the give to Haig. And Haig brought down short of the goal line. Austin Lease in there for Gering. And the ball set down at the 1. 2nd down and goal to go. We're underneath 2 minutes, 1:56 left. 14-8, Gering on top. Bila and Sorensen to the left side. Alcorn takes the snap. Dunbar is brought down short of the goal line once again. Big number 70, Austin Lease in there to bring him down, and a 3rd down and goal to go. Clock continues to run. 1:25 left in the game. Gering defense has come up big all night. 1 left, 2 right, wide receivers. The give to the first man through. Haig, is he in there? No signal from the official yet. And it'll be a 4th down. Goal to go. Call Austin Lease's name again. Sam Rushello there. 4th down, goal to go. 54 seconds left. The Gering crowd coming to its feet here. And
this is it.
They'll see if this defense can stop them one more time. 4th and 1. And Gering, Chadron, I think, going to run this clock down as far as they can. Take their last timeout, and they will. We're going to keep it right here. Timeout, Chadron with 29 seconds left. in the game.
What a fitting ending for this game.
Wow.
Just a 4th and 1 on the goal line, no time left. That's what you dream about, playing football in your backyard.
Rick Kinnaman is the architect of this Gering defense, and he has done a great job with not a lot of kids here tonight. As we said, 21 players on the roster due to someone testing positive in a JV game earlier this week. And so Gering down to 21 players as the Gering defense down in front of Rick Kinnaman, all down on one knee. And it's hard to count the number of times that this defense has come up big tonight.
Absolutely, they have. They've really played lights out with a few exceptions, but that's just the game. This defense is this game is, and there's a yard separating them from where they want to be and where they don't. So let's see how they can really just come together and really just decide the game.
The ball inside the one, about as close as you can get it without it being across the goal line with 29 seconds left. Chadron out of the timeout as Bila and Sorensen split out wide to the left. Haig is the fullback. Dunbar is the I-back. Alcorn under center. Awaits the snap. He's going to take it himself. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chadron.
Now the 2-point conversion becomes very important here, or the PAT. That decides if it's going to be a tie game or if Chadron's on top.
27 seconds left. We're tied at 14. And it looks like Chadron is going to go for 2 to try and win this one with 27 seconds left. They'll split Sorensen and Craig. Now Craig comes across the field. High formation behind Alcorn. Alcorn drops throw, fires in the end zone to Province. And no signal from the official. Now they say the 2-point conversion is good with 27 seconds left. And Chadron on top, 16-14 with 27 seconds left. They throw the little pass to Province, the big 6'4" wide receiver, and he was able to make the catch.
Great play design, great execution by Chadron there, and it was close. It was very close.
Gering will receive the kickoff with 27, if you want to be specific, 27.3 seconds left. Brady Radzimski will drop deep along with Tyler Garrett. And you kind of think this kickoff will be put pretty low to the ground and make somebody, maybe one of the up men, try to field it.
Absolutely, try to eliminate a return.
Aiden Vaughn to kick it away as the ball set down at the 40-yard line. 27 seconds left. Vaughn approaches, and an end-over-end kick. This will take a bounce. It'll be picked up by Tyler Garrett at the 21. Takes it to the center of the field, stays on his feet, gets it to the 30-yard line before he's pushed back. And Turner Ray getting up slow as he was blocking away from the play. But Gering will have it at the 33-yard line with 15 seconds left. Chadron with a 3-play drive of 37 yards after they block the punt. Well, Gering with the last gasp here. They've got one timeout left. Ray along with Hunter Hayden split out wide to the right, 2 wide receivers left. Radzimski, shotgun snap, drops to throw, fire.
A lot closer to the end zone now.
Ball placed down at the Gering 47-yard line. First down and 10 for Gering. Trips left, 1 wide receiver to the right. Brady Radzimski out of the gun with Thompson to his left. Gets the snap, drops to throw. Looking now, he's going to pull it down and run. 50, loses his balance. He was trying to get out of bounds, and he's brought down into Chadron territory at about the 49-yard line. And Gering will take their final timeout here with 5.2 seconds left. And I don't know if there's a little moisture on the field or what, but that's the second time we've seen some slipping by a Gering player tonight. So last chance for Gering right here with 5.2 seconds left.
They may be adding just a little bit of time onto the clock here.
Ball at the just between the 48 and 49-yard line for Gering. And a second down. And let's call it 6.
I think you have to get it all here.
Last chance for Gering. I think Brady was trying to get out of bounds to save a little time and just, slipped and was able to be brought down in bounds. Last chance here for Gering. Second down and 6. Carmelo, Timblin, Turner, Ray split out to the right side. Garrett and Isaacs. Or Isaacs will split out to the left. They'll go trips right. Last chance for Gering. 5.2 seconds left. Snap back to Radzimski. Drops to throw. Looks over the middle, and that pass will be intercepted by Sawyer Haig. And Haig down the far sideline. He'll get it to the 30, and then he's knocked out of bounds late. And that will do it. And Chadron comes away with the 16-14 win over the Gering Bulldogs here tonight. Stay with us. We'll come back with the Runza postgame show and name our Taco John's player of the game. Let's wait right here. I think the officials are discussing something. I don't know if we had a late hit out of bounds on that.
Oh, was it after the interception or before? It's like a block in the back.
I don't know. This Gering crowd rising to its feet, and they are giving this Gering team a well-deserved round of applause as they really gutted it out here tonight with 21 players. And the penalty on Chadron. And this game is over here tonight as Gering comes away on the short end of a 16-14 score. Stay with us. We'll have the Runs of Post-Game show as Chadron defeats Gering 16-14 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Allo Communications has an exciting update on our Allo for Education program. This season alone, we have donated another $125,000 to local schools across our neighborhoods. That's over $325,000 since we started. We are committed to our communities, our schools, closing the digital divide, and building a brighter future for our students. Make the switch to Allo today and we'll donate $50 to the participating school of your choice. Allo for Education ends on September 30th, so hurry and visit us at allofiber.com/education.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
By a final score of 16-14 was your final here tonight. Let's recap the scoring as Chadron got on the board first on their opening possession, and with 9:48 left in the first quarter, Xander Province takes it in from a yard out. They capped a 3-play 46-yard drive. They went for 2, and the 2-point conversion was no good. That made it 6-0 Chadron. But Gering answered right back in the second quarter with 9:58. Brady Radzimski to Tyler Garrett, a 13-yard touchdown pass. It capped a 3-play 39-yard drive. Point after touchdown was no good. It was blocked, and it tied it at 6. But Gering took the lead with 4 seconds left in the second half as Brady Radzimski, an 8-yard run that capped a 12-play 53-yard drive by the Gering Bulldogs. Gering goes for 2. They get it, and Gering leads 14-6. They go into the locker room for the first time this season with the lead. In the third quarter, though, with 2:46 left, Tyler Garrett tries to field a punt that took him back into the end zone, tried to bring it out of the end zone. He was tackled for the safety, and that made it 14-8. Gering still on top by 6. Late into the game, 27 seconds left. Chadron caps a 3-play, 37-yard drive after they blocked a punt on Gering. As Xander Alcorn with a 1-yard run. They go for 2. The game was tied at 14. They go for 2, and just as Alcorn hits Xander Province in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and that made it 14-6. That was your final score. Gering had the ball one more time. They took over with about 20-some seconds left, but were not really able to do anything. They were even aided by a pass interference penalty, but Gering comes out on the short end here tonight, losing to Chadron 16-14, and they go to 0-4 on the year. We'll come back with more on the Runza postgame show, as Runza doesn't like to think of themselves as just another restaurant in town. They like to think of themselves as part of the community. Runza with locations in Scotts Bluff and Gering. Back with more on the Runza postgame show as Chadron wins it 16-14 on the West Coast scoreboard.
With magnificent views and a majestic rolling landscape, Scenic Knolls Golf Course welcomes you. Located 2 miles north of Mitchell, make your way to the top course in the valley. Recent renovations and the highest quality greens in western Nebraska provide a fantastic golf experience at a terrific value. Scenic Knolls provides exciting golf for all skill levels and is where PGA Tour pro Nate Lashley got his start. After your round or anytime you're hungry, stop into Ayala's restaurant for good food and drinks. Call today and book your tee time or go online at mitchellcity.net/recreation.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Joe Gering in a heartbreaker tonight loses to Chadron. 16-14 was your final score, and Adam has the final numbers.
Absolutely. Chadron with 326 total yards, 157 on the ground, and 169 through the air. Some individual numbers for Chadron. Alcorn did end up for 11 for 14, so a very efficient night for him with 169 yards. He really made the plays when it counted, and it really hurt Gering. Some individual rushing yards. Alcorn came in with 41 yards rushing. Hag with 7. Dunbar with 69, and Province with 13. Receiving, Province with 62 yards, Craig with 30, and Dunbar with 50. Province we knew he was an electric player and somebody that Gering would have to contain on the onset of the game, and that 2-point conversion he made, it was just a killer. It was a backbreaker. So some Gering numbers: 197 yards total offense for Gering, 157 on the ground and 30 passing. Radzimski was the only pass he didn't complete was an interception at the end of the game for 30 yards. Thompson, another gutty night. He had 20 attempts for 68 yards. Radzimski had 59 yards rushing, and Noswicious came in. Really some hard-earned yards tonight for 30 yards on 5 carries, averaging 6 yards a carry as a fullback. That's quite the feat. Garrett had a touchdown, 18 yards receiving, and Hayden came in with 2, and Timblin with 2 as well. The defense was stout all night. Couldn't get a stop right there at the end, but that's asking a lot at the end of the game. And that drive was only 30 yards and a special team blunder on that block punt to set up a short field for Chadron at the end of the game.
It really was, as you said, just a heartbreaker here tonight. And as we said all game, Gering coming in with only 21 players tonight on the active roster due to someone testing positive at a junior varsity game earlier this week. And that takes out of the bulk of the Gering lineup tonight. But, we can't say it enough. It was just a gutty performance all the way around. The defense, the offense showed some life. The defense showed a lot of life. They're able to get a fumble recovery and turn that into points. So, and I think this is one of those steps forward for this team. Losing a game like this, now you kind of know how playing with the lead feels and what you need to do in the second half, and of course maybe saw some of that with the Tyler Garrett safety as he tries to field that. Probably not something he would do again. He probably would have let it go into the end zone, but and then a block punt once again, a special teams miscue there. So. But a tough win, but I think a tough loss, I should say, for Gering. But just a gutty performance all the way around. We'll come back with more on the Runza postgame show as Gering loses to Chadron 16-14 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Be water wise. Did you know that most people over-fertilize their lawns and gardens? This means your fertilizer and money wash down the storm drain into our waterways where it makes dangerous algae grow. So the next time you fertilize the yard, remember, you're not just fertilizing your lawn, so don't overwater or use fertilizer when rain is in the forecast. Smart waterways add to clean water. This is a message from Tri-City Stormwater.
Tough loss here tonight for the Gering High Bulldogs as they go to 0-4 on the year and drop a 16-14 decision to the Chadron High Cardinals in a game that they had the lead as they took it into the locker room at halftime, but 10 unanswered points in that second half by Chadron, really the difference there. Well, now time to name our Taco John's Player of the Game, and the Player of the Game is brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by and wrapping the original before or after every game. And Adam and I put our heads together, and our Taco John's Player of the Game here tonight, we're going to give that to Sam Rushlow, the defensive end for Gering that was in the Chadron backfield numerous times here tonight and really sparked this Gering defense as they stepped up big, a couple of big sacks in the game that really took Chadron out of some field position. But Sam Rushlow is our Taco John's Player of the Game. Hopefully Danny Boyle will be on his way up here relatively soon, talking to one of the Chadron coaches, and I'm sure that's probably one of the McLeans that he's talking to. So let's take our final break, and we'll come back with more on the Runs the Postgame Show as Gering loses to Chadron 16-14 tonight on the West Coast scoreboard.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
And back here at Gering's Memorial Field, 16-14, Gering loses a heartbreaker to Chadron in a game that they were on top as they went into the locker room at halftime. But once again, special teams kind of bit them as a punt that was fielded by Tyler Garrett that maybe would have thought better of, let it go into the end zone. That one is for a safety, and then a blocked punt by Gering. But you can't take anything away from this Gering team here tonight. I mean, playing with 21 players, and they just stepped up all night on the defensive side of the ball. They got sacks on Justice Alcorn tonight. They kind of neutralized Xander Province. For the majority of the game, he did have a run back, but it was called back by a penalty. So, for the most part, they did shut him down here tonight. Danny Boyle joins us. A heartbreaker, but you can't take anything away from your team tonight. Playing with 21 kids, they really stepped up tonight. And just how impressed were you by your team's performance tonight?
I'm extremely proud of our guys. They faced adversity all week, and getting close today, didn't even know if we were going to be able to play tonight. For us we had 19 guys that could play. We had to send one home before the game, unfortunately. They fought their hearts out. I mean, I just feel so sick for these guys. They did everything to win that game. I mean, and we didn't win. 2 big miscues hurt us late, or 3 really. A safety at the end of the third quarter, a big holding penalty, and then obviously the blocked punt. But I'm extremely proud of our guys for playing 4 quarters and, just for everything they faced this week to come out and just lay it all on the line. I'm extremely proud of these guys.
What did you say in the locker room at halftime? I mean, you go in with the lead for the first time this season.
We made some adjustments based off of what they were doing, and when we came out in the second half, didn't work as we would have liked, but it worked well enough to where we were okay. But we just told them, we said, hey, listen, we're in the driver's seat. We get the ball coming out at half. We've got to find ways to get first downs and extend drives. And too many times, early on, we would get a holding penalty or we'd something stupid or we'd fall down or just simple things like that. And we put ourselves behind the sticks too much in the third quarter, especially. We just told them, we got to finish, and we didn't finish. Again, I just feel so sick for these guys to come up to the end and to have it taken from us like that.
How much of this is a learning process for this team to know that they can, come on and do good things on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball, even though you come out on the short end?
It was huge. We're trying to teach these guys how to win, and that's one of the hardest things you can do, because it's you can't do it for them, and they get tired of all the pump up stuff. They hear the same stuff every week, and it just becomes monotonous for them. But we stress the same things to them all week, and it's little things. I say it every week, but it's little things that got us beat tonight, and it's just hard to instill that winning mindset in there. It takes time, but we're so close. We just got to find a way to turn the edge.
Definitely some bright spots tonight. Your defense really stepped up at some key times tonight.
Yeah, our special teams put us behind the 8 ball early again tonight, which was really disappointing. And then we gave up a touchdown, pretty easily their first drive. And but other than that, I thought our defense played phenomenal. We pretty much kept them in check. We had a couple big stops when we needed them, and they were playing behind the sticks for a lot of the second half. They made some big plays, especially late in the game. A ball that's tipped, a kid catches it right near the sticks in the fourth quarter there on a 3rd and long, and that play really changed the game. But I thought our defense, played exceptionally well tonight.
And your offensive line, I thought, did an excellent job. There was room to run for Eli, and Jacob got into the act tonight, and some big runs by Brady tonight. The offensive line, playing probably shorthanded, really stepped up.
Yeah, they did. We talked all week with them. We felt like we'd be able to run the ball, and we executed pretty well up front. Some things that we need to clean up still, and it feels like we're cleaning up the same things, but we'll take a look at it on film, and we'll evaluate what we need to do. But for the most part, those guys, they fought. I don't know what else to say for them. They're tough. They're tough as heck, and for them to come out and execute, we told them, you're going to have to play through some fatigue. We don't have subs, so I give a lot of credit to those guys because they really kept us in the game tonight.
What does the week ahead look like for you with what's going on now?
I don't know. Had a little bit of a scare today. Didn't know if we would get to play. So I don't know. We just got to take it one day at a time. And, we told these guys after the game, we got 19 guys here, and we're going to go to war with 19 guys again next week. So we're going to have to make some big adjustments with what practice will look like and how we can do things. We're kind of handcuffed with what we can and can't do, but, we're not going to change. We're not going to take it easy on our guys. We're not, we don't feel sorry for ourselves. We know what our job is, and we're going to try to get it done as best as we can.
All right. Tough one tonight, and I know you're hurting, but we appreciate you stopping by.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Daniel Boyle stops by here on the Runs a Postgame show as Gering loses a heartbreaker tonight to Chadron by a final score of 16-14. Some final thoughts.
You know, and like Coach O'Boyle talked about, you just really feel for the kids on this. They really played well enough to win. It's just a couple bad breaks here and there, and that's kind of how this stuff ends up. And like we've talked, football's a game of inches. Just a couple plays go differently, and I think Gering walks away with a victory by a touchdown or two. So, but 19 kids coming out and playing a game like this, that is a feat, and there is no question on these guys' heart and on their drive and on their willingness to win, and those wins will follow.
Yep, they certainly will. Like we said, some things to build on tonight. I think this team right now with a lot of confidence is what they were able to do with 19 guys here tonight was impressive, but they came out on the short end. So that'll wrap things up here from Gering. I'd like to thank our KNEB.TV crew, as Ani and Matt and Chad were here tonight, bringing you all the action on KNEB.TV. And I'd like to thank Adam once again, being alongside. And from Gering's Memorial Field, I'm Jeff Kelly. Good evening, everyone.